1991. Ο σύντομος 20ος αιώνας φτάνει στο τέλος του. Η Δύση οραματίζεται το τέλος της ιστορίας και επιχειρεί να το εφαρμόσει στη Ρωσία.
In the Soviet Union, there was a sort of a pincer between the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. And at that point, I think Larry Summers was head of the World Bank. And he says the laws of economics are like the laws of engineering. The same rules work everywhere. So that was the arrogance of that moment. The State Department funded through Harvard University a fairly small group of economists and lawyers to manage this transition for the Russians.
Η μετάβαση περιλαμβάνει το μεγαλύτερο πείραμα ιδιωτικοποιήσεων στην ιστορία της ανθρωπότητας. Ένα πείραμα που θα οδηγήσει μια χώρα στην απόλυτη καταστροφή.
For $1-2 million, you could buy enterprise where only steel constructions were so costly that it can be, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars or maybe billions of dollars. Like huge factories in Ural, in Siberia, in central Russia, former military industrial enterprises, chemical enterprises, steel enterprises, and so on.
In the center of Moscow, the Hotel Centralny, which means central, a 19th century beautiful building, they were going to sell it for an equivalent in Russian rubles of $1,000. So we came there, in the foyer, in the lobby, there was a huge chandelier of the 19th century. And we asked the specialist how much would he pay for it if it is offered. He looked at that, well, $1,200. Just now, I can pay it now.
It was utterly catastrophic in Russia. It was utterly catastrophic. Millions of people were thrown into extreme poverty. People were hungry and were surviving on their gardens. Life expectancy for Russians dropped by a decade in this period. Explosion of AIDS, of child prostitution. I mean, it was a decimation of a nation.
Η εκποίηση μιας χώρας που σχεδιάζεται στη Δύση και εφαρμόζεται από τους Ρώσους ολιγάρχες δεν θα μπορούσε να επιβληθεί χωρίς περιορισμό των δημοκρατικών ελευθεριών.
Brutal privatization was one of the reasons why opposition started to fight and why Yeltsin and the oligarchs, newly appeared bourgeoisie and bureaucrats started to fight against parliament.
Οι κανόνες του παιχνιδιού πρέπει να αλλάξουν. Το 1993, ύστερα από ένα μίνι πραξικόπημα εναντίον του Κοινοβουλίου, ο Γέλτσιν αισθάνεται έτοιμος να ανοίξει ολοκληρωτικά τον ασκό των ιδιωτικοποιήσεων.
I am absolutely certain that privatization in 1994 wouldn't be even technically possible without the coup d'etat of 1993.
Η διαδικασία αυτή ονομάστηκε καταστρόικα.